My boyfriend cheated on me. What should I do? You're going to have to hang with me for a few moments here because you have experienced what we call partner betrayal trauma. It's real and also going to help you what you can do when you find out that your boyfriend cheated on you. This is real. If you've yet to subscribe to our channel, please do. If you have a question about this or anything else, go ahead and put it in the box. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. What to do if your boyfriend cheated on you? Well, the first thing you need to do, and let me qualify who I am. I'm Dr. Doug Weiss. I'm the Executive Director of Heart to Heart Counseling Center. I've been counseling for almost 40 years. I'm the President of the American Association for Sex Addiction Therapy. Been on Oprah, Dr. Phil, Good Morning America, had a movie made about our practice. I've been in this for 4 decades. So what I'm going to share with you is quality information. And that's what you need right now. You don't need opinions. You don't need what your girlfriend, right, as well-meaning as she might be, she's as young as you and inexperienced as you, no matter how old you are. So let's talk about this. The number one thing you need to do is not blame yourself. Now, I've counseled over 5,000 men and couples, and I've gone through their histories together and found out why men cheat. This is really important for you to understand. I'm not talking off the cuff. You are not to blame. I've had some of the most beautiful, intelligent, spiritual, rich women in my office. Their cheating has 100% nothing to do with you. Let me say that again, 100% nothing to do with you. They would have cheated on you no matter who you were. Because cheating has to do with them, 100%. They were either raised without spiritual, moral, or emotional maturity, or they have an active addiction that you may or may not be aware of. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be pornography is really common with guys who cheat. So you definitely want to ask about their porn usage, their masturbation habits, how often and to what. Because this is what led them down the road neurologically. When you have a sexual release, you attach to whatever that is. Well, if they're attaching to images of pornography and scenarios like that, they're going to seek that out neurologically to reinforce that in their life. And so if you're competing, that's going to continue to go. All right. So the first thing you need to do is not blame yourself. The second, if you're going to stay in this relationship, he needs to find out why he cheated. If he doesn't get to the why, whether it's a sexual addiction, whether it's a character flaw, whether it was alcohol related, whatever it is, he needs to find out why. If he doesn't find out why, you are guaranteed for more. Okay, people who cheat lie. I'm going to deal with that very shortly. So counseling can help. If he's in the spiritual community, going to a spiritual leader and counseling could help. If he doesn't have any spirituality, that could help a lot. Some people will continue to look for pornography and sexuality as a way to feel unconditional love. And if they have a spiritual awakening, that could help with that situation. If he has a sexual addiction to pornography, masturbation, and other behaviors, he needs to be in a sexual recovery group, needs to get some basic information. And you can go to our website or you can call my office. You can get him all the information he wants on that. And that phone number is 719-278-3708. Number 3, knowing the truth. People who cheat lie. Now, I'm telling you this because I've seen 5,000 couples. I've seen 5,000 men, and most of them have cheated. And they will even lie knowing they're taking a polygraph test. And then the truth comes out. Why? Because they're spiritually and emotionally and morally immature. They're usually about 14 to 16 years old. So they feel like it's okay as long as nobody knows, right? They have all these kinds of rationales. Do not blame yourself, your body, your sex life, your wealth, your attitude, and don't blame anything of you. This is 100% their decision to cheat. They could have left you. They could have broken up with you honestly and moved on to another person. And that's what someone who was mature would do. And if they're blaming you for any of this, you are in the wrong relationship because that means they're protecting their cheating lifestyle. They're protecting their own ego. They're protecting their own decision-making process. And what a man protects is what he loves. If he's protecting himself, his love for you is limited, probably because of his immaturity. But that's a problem for you because you want a man who will protect you and forsake all others. And if you're in a committed relationship, that's implied. If you're in a marriage, that's kind of legally agreed upon. Now, the third thing is, so knowing the truth, okay? The way to do that is not to look into their eyes and go, okay, I believe you. If you want something that is way more statistically beneficial and a way to help guarantee or at least minimize that he's going to find a new girlfriend or a new Facebook partner or a new porn person or whatever, or if he's even going to call that girl back or have sex with her again. Just because he promises doesn't mean he won't do it. So having a polygraph for the first one to find out how many times he's cheated on you, when was the last time you communicated with her, right? All these things can be very helpful for you to kind of know where you really are. Because if he got caught on one and there's 15, you have a serious problem because he has a pattern of cheating, not a one-night stand, I was drunk and I'm sorry. Okay, there are incidents, but then there are patterns. How many times was he texting or communicating with her? You can ask these questions on the polygraph, get to know what you need to know. Then, once a quarter, he can do another polygraph that verifies there's nobody new and he has no contact with that other person. That's him protecting you. If he's unwilling to do that, you're in a situation where you're almost guaranteed that more lies and more heartbreak and more cheating is going to happen. And your risk of disease goes up with every person he sleeps with. So you want to protect yourself, okay? The next thing that you can do is if he wants to get into recovery, get into groups, that can be helpful. That also applies to you. You've experienced what we call partner betrayal trauma. And go ahead and Google that. We have lots of YouTubes on that. Just put partner betrayal trauma and you'll see my face. We have lots of information on that. What you've experienced by this betrayal affects you spiritually, emotionally, sexually, body image, self-esteem. It can affect you financially. It can affect you in so many ways, especially if you give it a meaning. And we'll talk about that in a second. So this partner betrayal trauma is real. You're not yourself. You have been hit by a car. Even though you don't have any physical broken bones or bloody noses or scars, you do emotionally. The next thing you can do is get some professional care for yourself. Regardless of whether he decides to grow up, you must. That'll help you have boundaries. It'll help you understand how to pick men. We have a product coming out very shortly called Finding Mr. Right. It's like a 3-hour course on knowing how to pick men, especially if you have a pattern of picking poor men. That'd be brilliant for you to go through. If you suffer with low self-esteem, we have a product called Worthy, which can help you. If you stay without any change, you need to ask yourself, why do I stay? And there's a great DVD called Why Do I Stay When It Doesn't Make Sense? That can help you. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the meaning. If you give this meaning that he loved the other person, or that other person is more attractive than you are, or that person has some kind of magical quality, they don't. Here's the magical quality they had. They were willing to be used. And if there's another person willing to be used and he's not accountable through a polygraph or accountability group, stuff like that, he's going to do it again because he's addicted to that dynamic of someone, hey, they want me. Okay, it has nothing to do with what you provide. This has been a pattern for them way before they met you. You do need to heal. You do need to take care of yourself. Okay, if you need professional help, especially if you feel like you've been just traumatized, you've been taken out by this, you can come do a 5-day intensive in our office and you can add neuromodulation because your brain has actually been traumatized and some women's brains stay stuck, okay? And that's neurological, that's not counseling stuff. And with the neuromodulation, it can get your brain back to neuroplasticity so that you can actually move on with your life and make good decisions and stuff like that because your brain is healthier. Whatever you need to take care of yourself. Again, don't blame yourself. Get to the why. Get polygraphs done. If he needs recovery, get in it. Get counseling and recovery for yourself. And if you need to, reach out for professional help. 719-278-3708. I'm Dr. Doug Weiss, and I want to really just validate that you're in pain, that you did not cause any of this pain. Your heart's been devastated. It's not about your beauty. It's not about you not being enough. It's about him not being enough, spiritually, emotionally, or morally, to be in a relationship. Definitely get help. Decide if you want to stay in this relationship. And if you do, make sure changes are made, because if not, the same thing will happen again, and you're setting yourself up for more pain. You are worth loving. And if you don't think so, he will agree with you. And if you do think so, somebody will.